Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Caprice and I'm on a journey to lose 80 pounds. So today we're just doing a monthly check-in and I have some interesting news for you guys, but let's get to the numbers first. My last weigh-in was on 2/2 and I weighed 181.2 pounds. My left arm was 12.6 inches, my right arm was 2.2 inches, my chest was 38.5 inches, my waist was 35.2 inches, my hips were 42.5 inches, my left thigh was 23.5 inches, and my right thigh was 23 inches. And then March weigh-in, although technically I'm filming on February 28th, but this is what we're going into March with. Coming in at 194.4 pounds. My left arm is 12.4 inches, my right arm is 12.2 inches, my chest is 41.2 inches, my waist is 38 inches, my hips is 42 inches, my left thigh is 23.5 inches, and my right thigh is 23.25 inches. So you might have some questions like, what the fuck happened? How did I gain practically 15 pounds in a month? Well, let me tell ya. So coming into February, I was gonna take a week to 2 weeks off of my diet, and my plan was to try to do mini cut cycles. For whatever reason, I struggled a lot with consistency this month. Let's talk about the food first. I was trying to eat my maintenance calories, but I was realizing that when I would work out, I wasn't eating up to the calories I was burning, so I was ending up still in a deficit, and I was really struggling to eat healthy and eat maintenance because that's scary for me, eating healthy and eating at a maintenance, because I know what's gonna happen if I eat unhealthy and I eat past my maintenance, if I overeat, or if I eat at my maintenance with healthy food. I know what's gonna happen, but I have never eaten at a maintenance calories healthy before, and I think that like really scared me, because like any day when I'd start out the day, it was either I was gonna eat at a very big deficit of at least like 500 calories, or I was gonna overeat. Those were like the only two things happening, and that's what I like struggled with the whole month. I remember the first week, it was just, I was in a deficit every day unintentionally. I give myself a break Friday and Saturday usually. Friday more so just if I get invited to hang out with friends or something, where I may drink or something. That's the freebie, but it's really just eating and taking some extra calories. It's really not eating. But then on Saturdays, this usually will be my free day where I might order some food, or you know, I'll have my guilty pleasure, which is pizza. I try to stay away from that because once I have one pizza, I'll want another and another and another, and that was a trap I fell into this month. It's hard to explain because it wasn't a binge episode, because I wasn't binging. I was like consciously making the decision to overeat. I was consciously making this decision not to eat healthy food, and you know, as I watched the scale climb in numbers, I was just kind of like, meh. And this is something that happens to me like every 6 months or so, and I think it's just because I've lived so much of my life for almost 11 years, or for 11 years, I've been mostly in a deficit and trying to eat in a deficit, and then overeating on the weekends or overeating on special occasions. And I think because of the fact that, one, I've done so well, I've lost so much weight, that my body was just kind of like, oh, we're getting a break, when I was starting to eat at my maintenance levels. And I think like I just kind of gave in to my cravings. I gave in. When I tell you this month, I ate whatever I wanted this month, hence why I gained almost 15 pounds. And I think like the first like week and a half, I felt really bad about it. I was kind of like, come on, I gotta get back on the saddle, you know. you've ordered pizza more than once this week, you know, you've eaten those leftovers instead of leaving them in the freezer, you haven't started eating healthy again. And like I would have these cycles of where it would be like 3 to 4 days I would be exercising, eating at a deficit, or just eating healthy in general, and then another 3-4 days, the next 3-4 days I'm just eating everything in sight. I'm just fulfilling my craving. I'm eating pizza, I'm eating ice cream, I'll have a slice of cake, I will make a cake. Like I can't even understand what it was, but like this is something that happens to me every like 6-7 months, because the last time this happened to me was in June. For whatever reason, I struggled the entire month to just get back to eating healthy and getting on a diet. When June had come around, I think I was like maybe 10 pounds down. So I was losing weight, but I was losing weight. I had been in a deficit since March. And from March to June, I had only lost 10 pounds, which isn't much. It's not 2 pounds a week, which was the deficit I was eating at, and there was a lot of frustration there. June was more so of I temporarily gave up until I could do a little research to find something else, which ended up being keto. And then I think what happened this time was I was just, one, trying to find something new because I noticed my weight has slowed down again. And I'm still losing inches at the same rate, but I just noticed that my weight loss has started to slow. And so I'm trying to strike that balance in between them. And so like that's why I wanted to try mini cut cycles. And then the other thing I was noticing is like every time I was exercising, like don't get me wrong, I loved my exercises, but I was having knee pain, I was having back pain, and I think my body was exhausted and I wasn't giving it enough rest. So I did 2 fitness challenges back in January, and I was on such a high from that I had started another fitness challenge, and then I was trying to tag that with walking at least 5,000 steps a day. And then my work was super busy and I didn't have time to make YouTube videos. Anything else that I planned this month just has just fallen through. I haven't been able to do it. So I think like this month my body was kind of like, my body and my brain was like, leave us alone. Like stop restricting us, stop overexerting us, we need a freaking break. And like honestly, by like I think halfway through the 3rd week of this month, I kind of was like at ease with what I was doing, and I was kind of like, yeah, you know, we're not eating too great, we're eating pretty bad, we're making terrible decisions, but one, I know that I'm not gonna be like this forever because I'm gonna get tired of eating this way and I'm gonna want to go back to eating healthy. Because when you eat unhealthy, like you feel tired, you just don't want to do anything, you feel super lazy. And that was me this whole month. Every morning I dreaded going to work, and I love my job, but I just dreaded having to log on every morning. It would take me sometimes like 2 hours before I could really focus on work, and that's something I notice tends to happen when I'm not eating well. And so that was one thing. I didn't have the energy to work out, which is why like the last week and a half I didn't work out at all. This is not a downfall for me. I am honestly not disappointed in myself at all. I think it's something that I needed, and I think the fact that one, I knew what was happening. 2, I kind of settled with the fact that it was happening. And 3, I had an end date for when I was gonna stop it. Makes me feel, one, I was in control of the situation, which is something I don't typically feel when I have these. Like June, I didn't feel like I was in control. June, I was like, oh my god, when am I gonna stop eating this way? Versus February, I thought that like the first 2 weeks when I was just trying to get a hold of it, but then when I just kind of let it go and just let my body do whatever it wanted, I kind of was like, oh, I feel better. And it's weird to say I feel better when I was like not feeling better at the same time, but I felt better overall. And I don't know what this phenomenon could be. I don't know if it's just, you know, the nature of restricting yourself for so long. And the thing is, like, when it comes to restricting, like, because I restrict most of my life, if I'm not paying attention to calories, I most likely will overeat my maintenance. But as long as I'm paying attention to calories, I know that I'm eating at a deficit. I don't want to say I put too much pressure on myself, because I don't think that was the case. I think it was just I was raising the intensity of my activities, probably wasn't eating enough at the same time. What I'm trying to say is that my deficit, I am so used to getting my deficit as low, or my calorie intake as low as it can be. Like back in December, there were weeks where I was only eating 900 calories. I'm always like a little nervous eating above 1200 calories, even if I have worked out. Even the fact that right now my maintenance calories allows me to eat more than 1200 calories and still have a decent deficit, it always like scares me. So like now, having, you know, this last month of eating so crazy, I'm not gonna go into March with a 1200 calorie deficit. I was planning on doing that yesterday, and I was looking at my Fitbit, and I was about to put in there 1,000 calorie deficit. You know, I wouldn't only be eating as little as possible to get rid of all this weight that I gained. And then I just thought about it like, well, no, because part of the reason that this month happened is because I get too restrictive with myself. Another reason it happened was my body was so exhausted because I was moving it so much. And mind you, moving it physically, moving it mentally, like my work-life balance hasn't been very balanced this month. I'm not feeding myself enough. I've been struggling with insomnia. I think it's like a combination of all those things. My body just needed a break. Yeah, those are the things that happen. I also broke out so bad. When I don't eat healthy, I usually don't drink enough water. I usually start drinking sodas and stuff, and I broke out like crazy. It's all covered up with makeup right now and foundation, but ooh, my face was yeah, it was not pretty. Anyways, I am just going on and on at this point. Yeah, I think that's it. That's all I really have for this March weigh-in, check-in, whatever I'm gonna call it. Please go ahead and watch any of my other videos, whether it's weight loss content or my fitness challenges. And if there's any fitness challenges you guys want me to try, please let me know. Drop them in the comments below. Let me know what you want to see. I am open to doing almost anything in regards to fitness. And that is all I have for you today. If you like this video, go ahead and press that like button. And also, if you like seeing this face, go ahead and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!